obviously had some mistakes in there that I'm sure you probably weren't happy with.
Yeah, well, I think the whole idea, the whole mindset that we talked about leading into this game was coming off the bye. How are we going to get out there and start fast? We talked about that, obviously, but just traveling and what is our mindset going to be on a Friday night? What's it going to be Saturday before the game? I thought these guys, they came ready to play. It wasn't a perfect game, but they did come ready to play. And you see teams that come off byes and they're not. I don't think our guys had any of that in their mindset whatsoever. Now, our execution could have improved. There's a lot of factors in there that we could have done a better job of, hanging on to the ball, the penalties we had, not finishing at the end after a really solid defensive performance, I thought, tonight. But overall, and big positive, the special teams tonight. Joel coming in there, 52-yarder. We won the field position battle and punt. There's a lot of positives. And the thing about this team is we will address those, we'll talk about those, then we can talk about the negatives and what we have to do to get better at. And nobody slumps down and feels like, oh gosh, it's just one more thing. It's like, yeah, okay, that's part of where we're trying to go with this football team. These things need to be corrected. So we'll get back to work on Sunday. And Hawaii is going to be the best football team we've played. I hope we're the best football team that we can be come Saturday after all the work we've done. And then we'll see what happens. But UNLV, we get everybody's A game. We did tonight. Their backup quarterback, I thought he played well. We've recruited him. We talked to him. We know him. And he came out there. He performed. Our defense played well. Curtis Weaver had a few sacks tonight, and that showed up. And so we're able to keep them in long yardage situations. And then we sputtered a little bit on offense where we're moving it and we sputtered. And that's the one area where if we can eliminate the sputters on offense and be more consistent, then we'll be a more complete team once that happens. And it didn't happen tonight, but we were able to finish. We did win, and I am proud of our guys for that. And then the best part is we have a W, and we get to go back and work on a whole lot of things.
You mentioned Curtis, 9 sacks through 5 games, and he set the Mountain West record for sacks tonight, and he's 5 games into his junior year.
What was the record?
28.5, I believe.
He has 29.5 now. So
had 3 tonight. I mean, just to see
how do you get a half sack? I've been a quarterback.
I've been with your buddies.
I've been either sacked. I've never been half sacked, but I've been sacked. I know that.
With all the attention that he's getting from opposing teams and stuff, to continue to do what he's doing and do it again tonight. What are you seeing from him?
Well, I think his consistency and how he prepares himself, number one. He does it in practice, so it's not like that's not a problem whatsoever, is it? Just get the mic closer. So his ability to prepare himself and knowing that too. I mean, it's one of those, the attentions and what he's done, people know about it, right? It's out there, and every single week they're going to try to do things to slow him down, and he's been able to overcome that. And I think too with the scheme, it's not just Curtis, it's the other players on the team, because if you don't have other guys that are factors, you're not going to get the one-on-one matchups. So the other guys are doing their part as well. So 10 other guys are out there playing really, really well. Curtis is doing his job, and he's doing it well, and he gets a one-on-one opportunity. He's able to go out there and make plays, but he'd be the first to tell you the other guys around him and what we're doing schematically is helping those type of things happen. And it happens to be him, because when he gets the one-on-one, he can make those plays.
Hightower tonight, you guys give him the ball right off the bat with a couple of running plays,
yeah.
Big plays there. Obviously the bomb, he's the quarterback on the inside reverse. Is that the plan tonight, to use him in all these different ways, or just kind of came together?
I'll tell you, so we've had a plan to use him for a few games now, and tonight it came together. It was more of like, here's the emphasis. There's a lot going on here, right? Should we move this? Should we move this show inside? Go in the indoor here?
Football's going everywhere.
So yeah, it's been the emphasis to utilize him. We've had those plays in. We haven't run them in games, so they've been carried over. And tonight, getting him the one-on-one matchup, getting him to play quarterback. Even the kickoff return that we had, there was big plays. He had to reverse early in the game. And for us, we've obviously had more time to think about things and how we want to come out and attack and who we want to get the ball to. And I thought the offensive staff did a good job. We were purposeful, and we want to get the ball to these guys when we have opportunities. I think tonight we didn't run the ball. We talked about running the ball. We wanted to get 4 yards a carry. That was the goal going into this night. Just to get 4 yards every carry. We did some of that, but we didn't do it consistently enough. And we want to run the football, but we also were able to get the ball in the hands of some of our playmakers. Shaq made some few plays, an easy little screen to him, flipping the ball, and those guys made up for some of those yards that we didn't get in the run game. And so just the combination of that, if you can balance the run and add some of those little flavors in there like that, we'll be in good shape.
You know, John was saying that he's been waiting on that one for a while, and Khalil was joking that he goes into the quarterback room and talks about snaps and stuff like that. How long has he been waiting for that?
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. We actually ran that play 2 years ago on this field, and so it was one of those you kind of remember some of the games you've been a part of. And I told these guys, we've had, I've been a part of 2 really good football teams that have played on this field, and I think our team right now, as far as their work ethic and their preparation, they're as good as any of those teams. And they showed it again tonight, and they had a really good performance. But plays like that, where guys are able to utilize different skills and play quarterback and hand it off, and you have a little fun, that gives you a chance to go out there and just hopefully put defenses on their heels when you've got guys like that that can operate it. And he's capable of throwing it too. He might check it next time and launch it. I have no idea, but that's his mindset. And so when we've got guys that can do that, it makes it fun. And he's able to get AK in the end zone and make a big play out of it.
Yeah, 32 seconds left before halftime. You're on 12, I think. You guys elected to push the ball field there and got the field goal right before half. How, I guess just your thought process there instead of just running the ball, and how big was that to get points?
We're not going to sit back. We got to take advantage of those opportunities. And we talked about, this season, and this is not going to happen every single time, but our mindset is to go out there and attack and put points on the board. We'd love to score going into halftime. If we can get something positive going into halftime, I think any football team, you're going to have success coming out in the second half. I really believe that. And we were able to do that. We got just enough. We got in field goal range. And, maybe the time, I don't know if we managed it perfectly, but we got enough to where we could make that kick and went out there and executed and operated. But that's the mindset. We're not going out there to just take a knee. We may in the game if the situation changes, but right there it's like, listen, we got a pretty tight ball game here. We're on the road. We need to go out there and try to score points. And we were aggressive on fourth down. We got one of them, then we didn't get one of them. And when you get it, everything's great. When you don't get it, you feel like an idiot. And you think you have a good football play right there. And a lot of that fourth downs honestly come down to the guys making plays. And so part of that mentality was, let's go get some points on the board here going into half. We had 14 points in the half. We always want to have more than that, and Joel was able to get it, and that helped us in the second half.
You mentioned the John's kick return. Obviously, that one got called back.
It did.
Because of penalty. The penalties, how much does that kind of notch you a little bit, knowing that?
Well, a little bit this blindside block. I mean, we spent 2 days in the spring talking about it. I thought I had my degree in blindside block, and I got my master's tonight in it. I mean, that was a major point of emphasis they had. And I'll go back and look at the film. It's a difficult one to coach, because a lot of that call is about perception. And how do you teach perception? It's one of those things in the game that I didn't see George on that one, right, but I'll go back and watch it. And Pistone's there. Now, we ran that play. We put that play in. We talked about it in those meetings. We showed that play in those meetings, and it was okayed. So it's hard. And again, this isn't about the officials. It's just about the consistency. It's about the rule, right? What are we teaching? Because we're obviously trying to get as much out of it as we can. And then tonight we learned that was part of what they were officiating. Now, I think there were penalties out there. They made calls. They made right calls and all that. And that's just one that we've got to do a better job of. The personal fouls, those penalties, those are the ones that, that we've got to improve on. And our guys understand that. And we've been pretty darn good about it with our players up until tonight.
Did Joel Velasquez have the best game of his college career? I mean, a 50-yard field goal, down a number of punts inside the 20. I mean, that's like a Kyle Brotzman-esque all-around performance there.
It was. I think he did. I don't know statistically. In my opinion, he's had the best performance he's had all season long. And a complete week of just preparing, a bye week, and just talking about all the things we had to get better at from the previous 4 games, and then a week going into UNLV and then saying this is what we got to get done for this game. He did it tonight. And to me, that's what I love about guys. I mean, he's been challenged. We know that. And he stepped up tonight. Great on punt, great on kickoff, great on his 52-yard field goal. That's what you want to see from guys. So to me, when I see that from our players, I'm proud of Joel. I mean, he's played the best football game he's played all season long. In his career, I don't know that. To me, this was exactly what he was asked to do, and the challenges that were facing him, and he responded to it.
You mentioned the run game, and 3rd and 4th and 1 tonight were a problem. What's holding you guys back in the run game from what you see?
I thought, one, I think UNLV did a good job. I think we've actually been good on short yardage. You go back a couple years, we were terrible, and then we improved, right? We got much better. Tonight, UNLV, they stuck their face in there. They stuck their face in there, and they beat us flat out. I don't know if it was scheme. I think we just flat out got beat. And I think we had better answers had we gone into that situation again later in the game. We could have done certain things a little bit differently schematically, but at the end of the day, they went in there and they stopped us. And when you got to go half a yard, you got to find a way to get half a yard. And our players were ready for it, and I think UNLV just did a better job at it. Bottom line.
That's good.
Thank you.
DeAndre did not play at all, right?
No, he'll play next week. He was ready to play. He wanted